What's going on, guys? Matt Manduk here, and this is the flight that is launched from the top of Hotel Monteleone. And I had considered making a mesh video where I would flip into the Mardi Gras scenes from here, but I realized while I was in the air that I wasn't familiar enough with what it looks like in the air in order to, well, give you that video the way that it did, and I didn't really fly it that way because, well, I was a little nervous with the big buildings and stuff that I'm not really used to flying around, and I would have done better to have launched from waterfront or somewhere else, but I didn't feel like going anywhere because I had very limited time to do this before I checked out of my hotel, because it was getting kind of later in the morning and I was waiting for the winds to die down in order to take this flight, and it was still a little windy, which you can kind of see in the way that it's a little bit wavy. It's as good as it was going to get, and I actually flew after I saw someone who commented on one of my videos, and somebody that I met at Mardi Gras who does Mardi Gras videos and flies his drone, and he had a really cool camera, and that was his style, and I was kind of thinking about doing that with the style, but he has a lot more footage of New Orleans because he's local and he lives in New Orleans. So I can't give you all that Nola footage because I don't have all that Nola footage. The only drone footage that I have here is what you're watching right now, because you're not allowed to fly during Mardi Gras, and he actually taught me that too. And then, but you are allowed to fly the rest of the time, which makes Nola a very obscure town in many ways, because most towns do not allow that. Now, yes, there is an airport on the other side of town, and you're not allowed to fly there, but other than that, you're allowed to fly in town. So I found that to be, that's cool, because I don't get to fly around a lot of big buildings and stuff, and partially because I don't usually take my days off in big cities. And while some people there said that that's no big city, Nola has a little over 400,000 people in it, and the guy was trying to say, oh, it's not a big city since Katrina, but 400,000 people in 2017 makes it a big city. I'm actually looking at the tops of these other hotels where that one has a roof pool, and clearly the one that I stayed at, the Hotel Monteleone, that also had a roof pool, and you will see that again, because I am slowly heading back to the hotel where I launched from. And I'm taking my time because, like I said, I'm not overly familiar with flying around these big buildings and stuff. It's also very windy, and I'm just trying to stay kind of as level as possible. Not very, very windy, but it was maybe 10-mile-an-hour winds, and I was getting notifications on the drone. So rather than risking it, I was working my way back. I believe what you're looking at there is Canal Street, which is impressive in itself, and that's where some of the parades were. And in the video that I'm going to post, actually the next video that I'm going to post, which I haven't edited yet, and I'm doing this one first, and I still have another day off, so I'm gonna, on that other day off, I'm gonna be doing that. And I have an angry about New Orleans too, and it's angry about Mardi Gras that I haven't even filmed yet. So but it's coming, and that's probably going to be something that I also do tomorrow, but when I upload it, I'm not entirely sure. But I'm also, because not only am I not overly familiar with the town, partially because I spent 4 days drinking in the town, but I'm also not as overly familiar with the town in what I'm looking at, because I didn't do as much during the day, and the rooftops are always kind of different anyway, because I did get a little confused even flying over my own house, because it looks different from above, especially over the forest and whatnot. That forests are, well, they're odd, but I get to fly all over the country. I don't usually get to fly in developed cities such as this one. And this the architecture here was amazing. The atmosphere was amazing, and it was overwhelming. But I'm getting toward the end of the video now, and I wanted to make sure that I got the sign, the Hotel Monteleone, because that was one of the ways I was able to find the place, when I was pretty drunk at night and didn't know how many blocks I had to go and all that. And it made it a lot easier the first night I got a little messed up and my phone was dead, so I didn't. It took me a little while, and I did some extra blocks. And something else I wanted to do before I landed, because this hotel is what it is we're going to get to the other side of what is the villa on the roof, and you can see the pool, and I'm right next to the pool there, and you can kind of see me if you look really hard, but that's not what I'm looking at this point. I wanted to show you that crack where, like, it goes in the middle of the building and there's windows on both sides. My room was on the 10th floor and my view was of that crack, so I would have been able to see people on the other side of the crack, but I didn't see anybody else in those rooms. And you don't spend as much time in a hotel as you would want to, but this is a 4-star hotel and it was gorgeous, and I do recommend it to anyone. I don't know that I'll stay there the next time I'm in Nola. Well, I definitely won't, because tomorrow I want to go back to Nola and see some things that I had. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this. Of course, I want to thank you for watching, and I'll see my friends in my next video.